Yeah. So sometimes people come at me and they'll come at this point where they've watched my videos or they've been referred to me or they've heard of my reputation. Yeah, I've watched my TED talk, listened to a podcast, whatever, and they're like, "Oh my God, yeah, Luke, I'm coming to you because you worked with this one that I know. I watched this video, this talk, whatever, and I want you to fix me." To which I say there's two problems with that sentence. Number one, I've been doing this for 25 years. I haven't fucking fixed anybody. Right? I've helped people access the tools they need to heal themselves, but I haven't fixed anyone. You're doing the work. I'm a bit like a trainer, right? I know for the most part, because I'm really good at reading people and profiling people really fucking quickly, because it's been my life for like over half my life, right? That'd be another great job if I was on that CSI. I kind of like if I, maybe in another life I'd be a good criminal profiler. But I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this, working with good people rather than depraved people, though some of my clients could be depraved, but in the best possible way.
We definitely can be sometimes, that's for fucking sure.
Yeah, it makes my job interesting and fun. Never know what's coming. But I'm like, no, I'm not going to fix you because, first of all, I've never fixed anyone. I couldn't fix you. No one can fix you. Not God, if you believe in such a person or entity, not your 12 steps program, not me, not anyone. Nobody could fix you. You have to do the work. And number two, I don't believe anyone's broken. Yeah, you can cry, you can complain, you can tell me about your backstory and all the terrible things that have happened to you, but you're not broken. I don't think anyone's broken. I think people get blocked sometimes, and I think those blockages show up in such ways as they do copious amount of drugs that's making them suffer. They eat too much food. They're abusive to themselves. They're abusive to other people. They re-traumatize themselves, whatever the particularly bad behavior is, but it's because they're blocked. And I have a belief, much like the glasses metaphor I gave you beginning today, I don't think anyone comes into the world with dirty glasses, right? I think they come into the world and the glasses are clear, but then they get these glasses that they wear and they see the world through and see themselves through, get shitty and crapped on. They get blocked inside. So a lot of my job is really not to give someone something they don't really have, because my belief is that everyone has every resource they need inside them to heal themselves. Now, they probably don't know how to do it yet, because they're in front of me and we're working together. And point two, nobody probably ever taught them how to do it. But part of my job is to help people get out of their own way, to get out of their heads and into their body, because addiction is not an head problem, it's an embodied problem. It's in your body. It's not a logical thing. You sit down and be like, well, you know what? I'm going to do X amount of meth today, and I'm going to do X amount of LSD, and I'm going to ration my money. No. It's a feeling. It's coming from your body. You feel it. And I don't just mean when the drug hits, I mean before it's here. So you really logically, every addict I've pretty much ever met knows every bad reason why they shouldn't do the drug. They're not dumb. But it's not an head problem. But there are a lot of times when they go to counseling or just to psychotherapy, they get to talk about it over and over again, and they feel a little bit better if this is their only route of healing. But oftentimes, about 90% of the time, they'll go back next week for the next session, and the behavior is still there. So a lot of my thing is getting people into their body to release this trauma, to release this behavior, to release the structure that's below it. Because when someone comes to me and says, look, I'm a cocaine addict, I want to stop, that's my problem, I'm like, that's just a symptom. It's just a symptom of the problem. That's not the problem. There's something that created it that's going on underneath. You're probably not aware of it consciously, but if we just deal with this thing called cocaine addiction or whatever it is, that's all we talk about. That's all we heal. It's a bit like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. It'll stop bleeding out for a while. It might give you a few more days, but rest assured, as long as that bullet, that trauma is still lodged inside of you, it's going to go septic. And at some point, you might need to cut off that arm or wherever that bullet is, or that trauma, that behavior. If it don't come back with the original addiction, cocaine, it'll come back in heroin. It'll come back in hiring hookers. It'll come back in doing something else that's equally destructive. It will find its way back in another way if we just deal with the symptom of you doing the drug. We need to get below it, clear all that trauma, clear all that crap underneath it that's kept you blocked. Because in my years of 25 years of doing this, when underneath is cleaned up, when we go to source, we don't even need to necessarily talk so much about the addiction, because when all this stuff underneath it's healed, there's no reason to do it anymore. It just collapses. It loses its purpose. It loses its hold because the thing that was keeping it up, the trauma, the emotions, the beliefs, yada, 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 when that's gone, it's just like, I don't know if I fucking need this anymore. It's just useless. Let me get on with my life.